Somehow he was able to take the taxi and immediately go sideways through the whole fucking street, blasting every car out of the way and immediately stop and like shift in the other direction. Then flow. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, wow. Okay, that's a lot of control. That's a lot. Suddenly it's Baby Driver or some shit. I'm like, this is something else. This is something else. So anyway, I dig it. Yeah, I'm a fan. It's just I hate it. Like, I hate it that like every single time there's something cool about this game and some neat thing that was literally made by human hands and literally years of work and ingenuity, it's plagued by the little bit of period of time in its early development where they used AI for some stuff, for environmental assets. I fucking hate it. Like, it I wish I can just be super emphatic and happy about it, because now it feels like anytime I talk positively about it, it's me trying to like upsell AI, and it's like, well, I'm just going to be on, the AI grifters hate train that like, what's your problem? And I'm going to be on the infinite AI haters hate train as well, because like you're an apologist, and it's like, I wish this didn't happen. Just really wish this shit didn't happen. Will this hinder you when you play the game when it comes out? I mean, I'll still play it. They did the same thing that kind of still had me give credit to games like Expedition 33, where this was like the same shit. Expedition 33 had like went through the exact same process early in development, and then some of that stuff accidentally made it into the game until they replaced it. But yeah, Expedition 33 used AI from like an ideation standpoint and early conceptual until they hired people. So don't like it. I don't like it. Does it change my feelings of the game? No, it was still my game of the year, but I don't like it. I mean, it'd been so much better if you just didn't fucking do that. Like, this would be so much. If none of it makes it into the game, and even from like a super early standpoint, did it even save that much time? Did it even save that much money? That is what, is this worth the fucking headache? That is what I kind of wanted to communicate to the people that I knew at Sega. And they were very receptive. Like, we understand. Like, they were not like upset that I felt this way, that kind of stuff. They very much were like, yeah, the final product is not going to be reflective of any of this. Like, it will not, everything in the game is made by human hands. And it's like, okay. I mean, it's the best case scenario of what could happen as a result of there already being this shit present from the start. So anyway, I hate this Gen AI shit, dude. And I think, chat, just based on what happened with Kingdom Hearts, just based on where things are going forward, I think we're in for a rude awakening. And I think there's a reason for it. Like, moving forward with games that are like coming out. I think a lot of developers have already done this stuff, and now they're like trying to go back and fix it, because it has soured as time has gone on. Like, as an example, the stuff that they did here was years ago, like long time ago, like back potentially before that trailer first happened at like the Game Awards 2023 or some shit. Like, they did this at an extremely early time, and then didn't. And it's almost like as time went on, they saw how like toxic this shit is, and how like maybe not even as cost efficient or helpful it really is. But there probably was a very big initiative from many aspects of the industry, especially overseas, to use this stuff, to like find a way to use it, like, find a way to make like. So the rough part, and we're seeing it in a few other games nowadays that are getting announced, and it makes sense because that was right around when this Gen AI stuff really started being a thing, like an actual like usable tool that like these people could actually use in some of these situations. And now those games are going to start becoming a reality. And this situation specifically felt like the weird thing for Crazy Taxi is that they did not have to, right? Like, none of the AI shit eventually made it into the final game. And there's not even a disclaimer from Steam that you have to specifically execute on that disclaimer in some way, right? So it was literally unnecessary. Like they could have avoided this entire situation and said nothing, and nobody would have thought anything about it because all of it got replaced and shit, and it was super early. So it's like, so they almost like got ahead and were honest about it. Like they wanted to like be extremely transparent that like this is what happened. Though, and I'm not saying blissful ignorance. I'm not saying I wanted them to lie. I'm saying that they already are acting in technical good faith here, like aware that this stuff upsets a lot of people, and it's not necessarily like super beneficial, especially in the West. Like we just test this shit, dude. Like this never makes us feel good, and it always like makes it come with caveats and shit. It sucks. Like it just doesn't. You don't feel good. Like you can just feel great, but now you feel great with an asterisk. Like this sucks. Like it. Especially from a content creation standpoint, it big sucks, as I have been like aggressively against this shit for the longest time. So I appreciate Sega being honest about it. I appreciate the fact that they went out of their way and the shit is not going to be there in the final product. That makes me feel better. Does it mean that I'm content? Does it mean that I'm like, this is fine and I'm, yeah, chill, bro. This is cool. We can do this. No. Like, every single time the developers had questions, every single time they were asked about this AI shit, and I went directly to all my friends at Sega and told them that like this makes it really hard, like especially from my perspective. Like I'm not really into this, and I think what you guys are doing is great. I can feel two different things at the same time, but it makes it extremely difficult to not have like a cloudy sky around anything that has this stuff around it. So anyway. It is what it is. I just wish it wasn't there. And I just wish it goes away. That's it. I think the game looks great. Like, it was the only game of the show. I literally, like, it made me feel joy. Like, I just looked at it, and I'm, like, watching it being played, and I feel like I'm 16 years old again. And that's, like, some of the highest praise. It would probably, if it played as good as it looked, it might end up being my game of the show. It might. But I didn't play it, so it doesn't get that high of a regard. It was unplayable. So it definitely, with the music and everything kicking in and it looking like the way it does, I was like, damn, dude, this is crazy. Taxi. This is, and then all the goofy, like, just because it's stupid. Look how stupid this is. Like, and we're putting it in the game, like, ideas like Crazy Taxi style. Oh, also, they specifically said they are not talking about brand association and licensing. They're not discussing it at this time. That was it. And they're unable to take questions on it. And there is nothing to discuss on whether or not we're going to go to the Pizza Hut or Take Me to the Tower Records or let's get freaky at the Shake Shack. Like, that was not a thing that was in like the game right now. They're not talking about it. So that's it. Music licensing? No, that's different. Music, they're just like, no, we have Bad Religion. We have all the songs. Like, they said they have all the music. Like, they're doing that. But a big part of Crazy Taxi historically has had the greatest brand association of any game ever. Because in Crazy Taxi, they tell you to take them to places. Take me to Taco Bell, motherfucker. Like, take me to Pizza Hut. Take me to the Levi's store. Like, people need to go places. So old Crazy Taxi games have a ton of brands. Take me to the KFC and shit. Like, yeah, like it's a big, and it feels like naturally holistic. In other games where it's just like billboards all over the place, it feels shitty. But for some reason, like, product placement in Crazy Taxi is like a part of the game. So people had questions about that. Like, oh, so is there like, are we going to go places, like real places and shit? It's kind of nostalgic. Yeah. So anyway, there's like an opportunity for that to hopefully exist. I really hope so. But they're not discussing it right now. It's not a thing that they're really getting into. Maybe substitute product placement with collabs. Take me to the Sonic Adventure store? Take me to the Virtual On Robot Shop? Take me to the Virtual Cop Police Department? Hey, damn. Now we got some ideas. Take me to Ryo Hazuki's Forklift Fest? Damn. I like it. I like it. Ryozuki's for take me to Bone Village. No! God, no! Oh, yeah, there was crazy underwater shit as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. When the guy was like drifting like a madman across the beach and shit, there was the dude was going underwater. So there was like people that you can pick up that were like snorkeling underwater and stuff, and that you can literally like get in the fucking car. He was like like he was like talking underwater. It's so goofy. So it was very funny. Um, yeah, I just want to see more. I just want to see more. Never gonna get around the AI thing, but I'm still glad it exists. You know, I just hope that future games that are like this don't have to deal with it, and they can hopefully avoid it moving forward. It's not worth the headache, bro. Trust me, it wasn't worth it. Like, it seems like almost even from the developer's perspective, they're like, really shouldn't have done that. But to be completely honest, there's no way they could have predicted the future. There really wasn't. Like, I almost don't blame them. I appreciate their efforts in trying to rectify the situation, is all I think it is. Because, like, the ethics of Gen AI has become certainly more apparent over the past year, especially. It's always been sour, but from nowadays, it's like, now we really know how bad this shit is. And it's like extra fucking bad. Even from an environmental standpoint, like extra bad. So they couldn't have known all this was going to happen at that time, like 2-3 years ago when they were doing this shit. They couldn't have known. So anyway, that's the thing, is that I appreciate them being honest about it, and I appreciate them doing their best to make sure everything that makes it into the final game, they can't undo the past, is made by human hands, you know? Anyway, that's my take on that. Planet's dying, Bert. Planet's dying, Bert. But where's Tupac? Oh, I also played that. Yeah, I don't even know if I can talk about that yet. Hold on a sec. Hold on a sec, chat. Can I? I don't even think I can. I'll wait. I don't think I can. Probably can't. I think it's maybe tomorrow or the day after. Yeah, I'm good on the Virtual Fighter stuff. Nope. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about that later. Other games that I played. Everything's got different timing. Like, that's the problem. Everything's got different timing. It's okay. You can tell us. We'll keep it a secret. Tupac jokes are disrespectful. No shit. Like, you don't think Tupac just walking in a modern day video game in 2026 isn't disrespectful? That's the joke, man. The joke is that it's like, wow. 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 That's crazy. That's a choice. You do you. Like, all right. All right. How do we know he didn't come back to life? Exactly. Maybe he came back to life. Maybe they're like, maybe his digital existence is now like he's actually alive. Maybe they created life and they chose to make Tupac. Damn. Good choice. A good choice. But they stuck him in the 1920s or some shit? Damn. Slightly disrespectful. He'd probably want a cell phone. Let him have a cell phone. Sounds like a Ghost in the Shell plot, like a hologram that gains sentience. Yeah, wasn't that Ghost in the Shell the movie? Wasn't that either the movie or one of the episodes in Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex? Anyway, Yeah, I really want to. Stranger Than Heaven definitely looks like the Yakuza game that I would want to get into, like the natural spiritual reset, where